Hey Beyond Decadence fans, it's Chef Maria, and I'm back again this afternoon to show you another little demo. What I have out today is my induction burner. I love this. It's like a little portable cooktop. The nice thing about it is when the burner is off, then this is just barely warm, and if I move the pan off of it, it shuts off. It's a special type of pan that works with the burner. So I pulled that out so I didn't have to go over to the stove to try and show you this demo. And I had to go and get it started, otherwise it would take too long to melt on camera. What I'm making is chocolate ganache. And this is a recipe by Ina Garten, so this is not one of my originals. And ganache is nothing more than chocolate and heavy cream cooked together. And it is a French creation, for lack of a better way to explain it. Now there are different thicknesses to ganache. Some can be whipped into frostings, they can be a little bit thicker, so it can be a filling or it hardens. This one is one that doesn't harden, it stays soft. And her example that she used it on was she dipped cookies in it, and they it stayed soft. It didn't harden and tighten up. So in the bowl, I have 2 ounces of Ghirardelli's dark chocolate, and I already started melting it because it just takes so long. And the water in here, I will show you. It's just a little bit of water in the pan. You don't want the bowl to be resting in the water, and the water should not boil. So into that, I've already started to melt my 2 ounces of Ghirardelli's 60% dark chocolate. And then I'm making a really small batch. This is just 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Now, in most ganache recipes that I've ever used, you heat up the cream and then you pour it over the chocolate, and the heat of the cream melts the chocolate. But Ina did hers a little different, and she's pretty amazing, so I thought I would do it that way. So the chocolate is already melted. Tilt it so you can see it. I'll pull it out of here in a second. Actually, I can go ahead and pull it out because the chocolate is melted. And the burner shuts off. It'll still be a little residual heat, but not a whole lot, because that pan has to be on top or a surface, a type of metal pan that will conduct the heat, and this bowl will not. So I can touch it, and it's a little warm, but not horrible. Okay. And I probably could heat that just a little bit more, just to make sure the cream is heated up a little bit more. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it. And then to that, in her recipe, she used a little bit of instant coffee granules. All I have is pure espresso powder, so I'm going to use just a little bit of that. And I put the saran wrap over the top because I found this lid does not fit super tight, and if air gets in here, it dries out. And then when you go in to get your espresso powder, it's as hard as a rock. So I'm just going to put in, I think that's my 1/8 of a teaspoon, or probably 1/4 of a teaspoon. Oops. Stuff smells amazing. Put that back on, get that out of the way, and then just stir it in. And like I said, the recipe is on Ina's website on foodnetwork.com. And then from there, she was just using this to dip some little cookies. So I've got some little vanilla wafers here. Yeah, looks like I should have heated it a little bit more, but I'll go ahead and finish it just for the example. And I'll tilt those to the camera so you can see them in just a second. So you could use these for cookies. You could use it for whatever you want. And I can see it's not quite smooth, so I probably needed to heat it a little bit more. So I'll stick it back in there. And then if you wanted to just do something fun, make sure you guys can see these. It's just a vanilla wafer. Then you could just sprinkle it with some colored sugar. Oops, that pink's not really popping as much as I was thinking it would. Or you could do another color. You could do, like a white chocolate and drizzle that or dip that on the other side and kind of make, a black and white cookie. So there's a lot of things that you can do with ganache. There's different consistencies. There's some that are very thick. Then there's some that are thinner. There's some that, dry. I'm going to pull these out of here so you can see them. There's some that dry and harden, and then there's ones that stay softer. And this is one that stays softer. Or you could turn it into frosting if you wanted to. But it's just nothing more than heavy cream and chocolate mixed together and heated. The trick is you don't want to boil it because you can scorch or burn your chocolate, and you don't want the pan to be in the water, or excuse me, the bowl to be in the water. So those are just some of the tricks of using ganache or making ganache. And there's a million different things that you can do with it. You can flavor it a million different ways. You can even put some Bailey's strawberries and cream liqueur in it. That would be pretty amazing. Or any other sort of alcohol. So I hope that just gives you some ideas. Like I said, go out to foodnetwork.com. Look at Ina Garner's recipe for chocolate ganache, and you'll get all the measurements and see how she used hers on her cookies as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you can still order from my website before 8 a.m. and you'll get same-day delivery. And I'm still working on the video content, so if you want that for your kids or for yourself to learn even more. I'd love to get your feedback on the videos, what you're enjoying, if there's anything else that you would like to see, or if you have some ideas of what you'd like me to demo. I'd love to have your feedback. I hope you guys are having a great afternoon and enjoying this sunny day, and I'll see you next time.